Hello everyone, it is Joe here from OmniPoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. If you're looking for PTCGO codes, including the stuff from Darkness Ablaze, make sure you go ahead and check out the Potown store. You can get a 5% discount on your orders using the code OmniPoke. As you can see, I have a slightly cooler background than normal today, because I have taken over the HQ of Graded Gem. I am here with a stack of PSA cards, because I have my returns from February, as we are going to swap to the awesome other cam that they have here. These are all going to be Wizards of the Coast holographic cards. These are all cards that I opened about 10 years ago in booster boxes and have kept, hopefully, in mint condition. I've got my iPad next to me to go over if these cards are strictly for my collection, if I'm looking to upgrade them from 9s that I already have in my collection, that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'm not going to get too stressed out on this video, but honestly, we've basically got like one shot on these cards now because prices have gone up. So every time I miss a 9, it basically says to me, well, we got to buy the copy ourselves. So we're going to start off with Jungle. I think I've got Jungle, Fossil, Rocket First Edition. So Jungle First Edition, Fossil, Rocket First Edition. We've got Gym Heroes First Edition, Neo Discovery. We've got some Aquapolis, Skyridge, Expedition. And at the very end, some EX Dragons. So 6 of these cards are not going to be WOTC cards. They're EX Dragons, Secret Rares, the Charmeleon, Charizard, and Charmander. The rest is all Wizards of the Coast. I'd say about 90% is self-pulled stuff as well from boxes way back when. That's enough talking though, we will jump into it. And I'll be honest, Jungle is the thing I am most afraid of because there is Edgeware glitter on a lot of cards as they come straight out of the pack in Jungle. So I'm extremely relieved that we are looking at a Mint 9 Clefable straight out the gate. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but a lot of the Jungle cards come with Edgeware glitter on the side here. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. Am I going to be able to keep this concealed from you guys? Let's steal some. I'm going to steal some Post-its and use Post-its to cover up the card below each time. That makes sense. So you guys get a spoiler of the card that's coming up, but not spoil on the grade. So yeah, really nice to get a Mint 9 copy of Clefable out the gate. From my memory, the biggest concern for me as a set is Jungle, but there are some cards that may also miss that grade. So really happy to see that Jungle can still get a Mint 9 grade even with Edgeware glitter. Starting off with number 1 Clefable. Very cool. Next up we have a Mint 9 version of Electrode as well. I'm looking at the camera to make sure that you guys can see the card very nicely. Awesome stuff. I am going to take my time on some of these because, you know, these basically are, you know, the coolest thing that you can be looking at in the hobby, no matter what. So yeah, this Flareon I believe was not pulled by myself, but it did also get a Mint 9 grade, which is awesome. We're doing really well so far. Very cool stuff to see Flareon. Obviously the evolutions are popular in their own right. You don't have to be a set collector to want to get your hands on the Flareon. Same thing for the Jolteon now. That also got the Mint 9 grade. Wow, we are doing really well with these. Pretty over the moon with any mint grade from Wizards of the Coast. Even when they're coming out of the pack, you should never expect them to be gem mint quality. A Mint 9 grade is all I'm asking for on these cards, honestly. We have 2 chances at the pincer, because when I opened the box, I pulled 2 of them. So the first one gets the Mint 9 grade, which is awesome. Not the Scratch, Holo Era, anything like that, just a regular version of the first edition pincer. So I sent these back in February, as we do get a second Mint 9. We're doing really well, honestly. I'm over the moon already with these grades. I sent these off back in Feb before the price boom. So seeing the way these cards are valued these days, I also pulled a double Cypher from my box. This one also getting that Mint 9 grade, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, I was basically at the point with my collecting goals that I'd filled most of the gaps from my sets, that it was time for me to send off these cards, because I basically had them in, you know, like shoe boxes tucked away for a long time. But it's finally time to get them in the capsules to go along with everything else. The Snorlax hit the Mint 9 grade. This is one of the more difficult cards that you can get in Jungle, which is pretty sweet. So if all of my Jungle cards, touch wood, so far we're doing well, get Mint 9 grades, I will only require the Vaporeon for the complete first edition Jungle set in Mint 9 or above. And we're doing really nicely with this. Very consistent so far. With the cards, we've got the Victory Bell, I think. Of all of them, this had the highest chance of getting the 10 of all of my Jungle cards. It basically had no Edgeware glitter. although you can see a few little baby nicks at the top and bottom corners there, so no surprise to see a 9 there. But I think that was the highest quality jungle card that I sent off personally. But we also got the 9 on the Vileplume, so I'm already taking like a big sigh of relief. You know, when it's your own self-pulled cards from that long ago, that it means that much more to you than just a card that you picked up randomly and sent off a week later. These have literally been with me for a decade, these cards or more. So seeing them encapsulated like this is absolutely epic. The Wigglytuff rounds out our jungle set, so straight 9s on jungle, which is like the dream. Honestly, is the dream. We are going to move on to my fossil cards now. Nothing too much here that I think is that difficult. I think the Aerodactyl and the Articuno have some slight centering issues. You will see that the bottom is far thicker than the top. So the Aerodactyl and Articuno are, yes, exactly, just like this, near mint 8, more likely to hit that 8 grade from centering alone. If I can bring it forward to you guys, you can see the bottom border much, much thicker than that top border. So I was expecting harsher grading on exactly these two cards. So no surprise there to see the 8 on the Aerodactyl. And the Articuno also hits that 8. Again, expected from me. Booster box fresh pull, but the centering completely kills this card just out the gate, really. You can see it is significantly thicker on the bottom than on the top. Articuno, one of the more difficult cards to get from Fossil, not necessarily because of that centering, normally because of other reasons, normally edgeware and, not edgeware, what am I talking about, surface glitter and hollow scratches and stuff like that, because there's so much of it on the card. Gengar, one of the most popular ones from Fossil, getting that mint 9 grade, which is pretty sweet. Just like with my jungle box, I also pulled duplicates in the box of my Fossil, and it is the Haunter this time that we got duplicates of. The first one we get is a mint 9 grade, which is pretty sweet. I'm enjoying seeing these cards again. It's been a long time since I saw all of these cards, and we actually hit our first gem mint grade, which is absolutely awesome. Haunters are one of the easier grades from Fossil. Despite having so much holographic on the card, it's a dark holographic, so it can cover a lot of the usual defects that you would see. So getting a gem mint 10 in my collection, absolutely awesome. For any English gem mint 10 it's a real treat. We get a mint 9 on the Hitmonlee. Again, nothing special about the Hitmonlee. No, you know, cigar stain or whatever they call it on the Hitmonlee. Just a regular copy. But getting that mint 9 again, can't ask for much more, to be honest. We have, to end this stack, the Kabutops also getting the mint 9 grade. Like, honestly, these are great. I'm just loving getting these cards in 9s. Really, really awesome, because that's what I collect. I collect 9s and 10s. If they come out the pack as a 10, I will keep it. But I'm absolutely ecstatic with 9s as well. We then have the hardest grade of Fossil, I believe, and that is the Lapras. I already have this in a 9, so this is an upgrade job if we can, and we can't. It is a near mint 8. So a couple years ago, I went out and bought a 9 just to secure that 9, because you know, we all know how difficult of a card this is to grade because of the potential for print lines in the holographic. Mine was no different, so I'm glad that I secured a 9 when I did, because my own copy got the 8. But that's all good. We planned ahead for this. We've thought this through. We also got a duplicate of Raichu. Our first one comes in with the mint 9 grade, which is awesome. I think this Raichu kind of gets overlooked in the WOTC era, the base set Raichu being so iconic, as well as the dark Raichu. But this one still does a lot for me. I really like the artwork on this one. Do have a second copy of the Raichu now, also getting that mint 9 grade to round things off. You'll notice that I have less than 12 holographics in front of me for the Fossil stuff. I sent off a Magneton and the Zapdos 5 years ago and chose to leave the rest of the Fossil stuff for now. But for the most part, we did very, very well there. We got some expected 8s on all of my list. The Aerodactyl, Articuno, and Lapras, all very fair 8s for me, and the rest are 9s. So yeah, really, really good stuff so far. I'm going to move this out of the way as we get on to First Ed Rocket. We all like to see some Team Rocket. We will start off with Arbok, and this one does get the lovely mint 9 grade. Honestly, it's like a sigh of relief every time I see a 9, to be honest. It's like, oh man, that's one off the list every single time. It's a really, really good feeling. And just showcasing these cards in mint grades is awesome to see. We did get the near mint to mint 8 grade on the Dark Blastoise, one of the more difficult ones from the set, no doubt. You can again see just how much holographic is on this card. I think the centering's pretty okay on this one. Trying to see, I did see some print lines as I was turning around the card. There's some dust on here as well, just on the case. That can sometimes happen as they come out the boxes. I feel like it's borderline. I think it depends how the surface scratches are. I think on the bottom right hand side you can see a decent amount of hollow lines just from when it came out the pack. So yeah, awesome card. Everyone loves the Dark Blastoise. Getting up there in value alongside the Dark Charizard now, which is epic. My Dark Charizard I'm a little bit concerned about. I really hope this hits a 9 grade. I do already have a 9, and wow, we did hit the 9. So I already have a 9, so that's awesome. Again, similar to the Lapras, where I kind of covered my tracks just in case a few years back, but we did actually hit the 9 grade on the Dark Charizard. I'm very happy with that grade as well. I think this is a really solid card, very popular among a lot of people. We have the Dark Dragonite as well. This one also got the Mint 9 grade. Awesome card. One of my personal favourites from the set. Love the colours that he's got on him. Very awesome. We've got Dark Dugtrio. Just trying to check my notes to see if I was expecting anything else to whiff the 9 grade. On my notes I had the Charizard and the Blastoise as probably the weakest ones from the batch. It's just how it happens. We've got the Dark Gyarados to get the Mint 9 grade. Very consistent so far. We're getting that nice grade that I'm happy to hit every single time. So far I think we've hit 110, have we? But as long as we're getting those 9s, we're pretty pleased with that. We've got the Dark Vileplume 9. Remember, these were all from booster boxes themselves, so this is a good indication of how difficult it is to actually get gem mint quality cards, even straight from the pack. You could argue that yes, I've held it for 10 years, but these cards basically saw no oxygen for 10 years. They were insta-sleeved, instantly put into top loaders. Yes, I would look at them, but only through top loaders. The Dark Weezing got the 9, by the way, if I didn't mention that. We have the Here Comes Team Rocket. That gets the Gem Mint 10. Again, one of the most easy cards to get from the set in a 10, because the only bit of holographic is right in that corner there. But I think this is a very, very awesome card. Really cool to show off, you know, the show characters, I guess you could say. Rocket Sneak Attack got the Mint 9 grade as well. Ugly card to face if you were back in the day playing against this card. Rocket Sneak Attack in the Mint 9. And to round out our Team Rocket first edition, we have the Mint 9 Dark Raichu, my favourite card from this set by far. No question about it. It looks absolutely awesome. Very, very cool Dark Raichu. Again, PSA very consistent with the 9s, and this is as expected, so that's really, really good stuff. So I have 2 Charizards from base set 2 right now. I did not pull these cards myself. These were purchase cards, so anything, you know, 8 or 9, pretty good with that. Yep, we get the 8. With the Charizard, I think you can already see some print lines coming down on this side. The different type of holographic you can see is the Cosmos Holo compared to the Galaxy Holo. Not on those, on the previous cards that we had, the Fossil and the Jungle at least. So there we go, Charizard in the Near Mint Mint 8. And our second copy also getting that Near Mint Mint 8. It's exactly what I had in my notes, so I was expecting 8 to 9 grade on both of these. And I can already straight away see why. So these are completely fine grades for these cards. Very happy to see 8s in base 2. Not many people care so much about the reprint sets. I also don't really care about getting the whole set of base set 2 graded, but I thought, get the poster boys. Why not get the poster boys graded? We go on to Gym Heroes first edition. Now, this is probably the set that I've opened the most of for first ed. It's a set that I really enjoy, and it was far cheaper than Gym Challenge even back in the day, 10 years ago. So yeah, we have plenty of these cards. We'll start off with a Blaine's Moltres. This is one that I need for the set, and it does continue on with that awesome Mint 9 grade. Really, really great card to see. You can see the mountain in the background in certain lights. Other times it's just a kind of mirage-like state for the Blaine's Moltres. Very awesome to get in the 9. I already have one Brox Rhydon in a 10 in my collection from a previous booster box that I pulled. This one gets the 9 grade. That's absolutely fine. Erica's Dragonair is still a need card for me, and it gets the, oops, as I revealed the previous, the next one, this one gets the 10, which is really, really sweet when it's one that you don't already have, getting the 10, and this is one of the more difficult ones to grade, I think, from what I can tell. 150, how many do we have in the pop here? I've got it on my spreadsheet. I've got my spreadsheet out, guys. I think if I can look across the lines quickly enough, it's not going to let me do it. I don't have connection here, so I'm just I'm scrolling right now. Anyway, one of the lower pop ones, I'm certain. Very nice, Erika's Dragonair. We have, let's go back to where I was, 2 copies of Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. The first one gets the Near Mint 8 grade. I already have this in a 10. One of the most popular cards, I think, from the set. It's one that is sent in quite a lot because it's quite a striking look for Electabuzz. Very, very awesome. Unfortunate that we missed the mint grade on that one. This one does hit a mint 9 grade, which is really, really, really awesome. Can't complain with any mint grade on old WOTC cards. Here's probably the most difficult grade from the set. The Lieutenant Surge's Fearow. I already have this in a 10. But getting a second one ain't too shabby. Check that out. That is absolutely awesome. Another Lieutenant Surge's Fearow. Really, really sweet. I'm looking at it through the screen if you're wondering why I'm pointing this way. I get a better look at it through a screen than in person. How crazy is that? So you guys are getting the best of this card, that's for sure. Lieutenant Surge's Fearow in the Gem Mint 10, and that's awesome. We have 2 Misty Seadras sent off as well. I only have this in a 9, so getting a 10 is the upgrade. Getting the 10 is the upgrade, absolutely. Misty Seadra in the 10. Nice. Very, very decent. And our second copy gets the Mint 9 grade as well. Really awesome. Nice card there, the Seadra. Rocket's Hitmonchan is also a card that I need for my completionist set, and we do get the Mint 9 grade on the Rocket's Hitmonchan. That's all we need. Very happy with that. I have a Mint 9 copy of Rocket's Moltres. We have 2 Rocket's Moltres that we sent off in this submission. The first one follows suit of my old one that got the 9. This one is also going to get that 9 grade. Let's move this stack out the way as we carry on through Gym Heroes. We're getting towards the end of Gym Heroes. You can see that I opened a lot of that set. I think I opened 2 boxes and also had a complete set of Gym Heroes. Just that I purchased, the raw cards, a long time ago. So this is going to be the Moltres, so let's move that out of the way. Hopefully no spoilers on the Sabrina's Gengar. Oh, wow, that's awesome. The Rocket's Moltres got a Gem Mint 10 grade, so I do get that upgrade. So now I have a 10 and 2 9s of the Rocket's Moltres. Very, very awesome card. Sabrina's Gengar, definitely another difficult grade from the set. There's actually a lot of difficult grades from Gym Heroes, right? We've got the Fearow, we've got the Gengar, a few other different cards as well. Some of the trainers have some slightly lower pops. This one gets the Mint 9 grade, that's fine. I already have this in a 10. No hard feelings to Gengar. Obviously in English it was printed slightly differently to how it was in Japanese to try and cover up the symbols that were on the card. We have a couple Ericas as well. I need one of these to come back a 9 for my set, and we do get that Mint 9 grade, the first edition at the lower portion of the card, of course, because it's a trainer. Erica is going to hit that Mint 9, so I think this completes my that completes Gym Heroes for me, which is awesome. And we get another Mint 9 on Erica. We also have a couple Surge. I have a 9 in Surge already, so any would be awesome to upgrade. This one's hitting the 8, which is fair enough. One of the more difficult ones to get, I think, the Surge, just because of the colour of the holographic in the background. For some reason, the lighter colours are always more difficult to grade. But yeah, just another Mint 9 for the Surge. So the search for the 10 goes on. We end on a Rocket's Trap for this one. Oops, don't want that to go flying. And we get a Gem Mint 10. Didn't even notice because I was dropping some sticky notes, but we got the 10 on the Rocket's Trap. Not the most expensive card, but getting a 10, pretty sweet for any of these. Very cool. Nice. So that rounds out our Gym Heroes first ed. Let's move on to Unlimited Neo Discovery. Again, trying to complete this set. The Espeon I already have in the 9, and I spoiled this for myself, but it was also a 9 on the Espeon. Awesome card, one of the chase cards from the set, I would say, from Neo Discovery. So the rest of these, I need all of them, apart from a Tyranitar that's coming. We get the Near Mint 8 grade on Hitmontop. That's a little rough. I think you can see centering top to bottom might be a factor here. Much thicker on the top than on the bottom. Probably that's going to be one of the factors leading to it for sure. You can see it's actually worse on the back, much lower border on the bottom than the top, so that's probably going to be the thing that kept this from the 9. My favourite card from the set, other than the Umbreon, is the Kabutops. I remember this back from when I was a kid, having this card in my binder. This one unfortunately got the Near Mint 8 grade as well. I think you can see top to bottom borders really are really digging them down all the way to an 8 at the moment. If they're just coming out of those margins, really, really rough. We have Magnemite, so I'm expecting that for a lot of these cards. This one actually just about stayed in the parameters. The Magnemite with the weird like wormhole in the background, Matrix style. Got the mint 9 grade. We have Poliwrath that also gets the mint 9 grade. Very happy to see that one. Very awesome. Tyranitar, I already have this card in, I want to say a 10. So we get a 9 alongside it there. I remember picking up one of these cards at a card boot sale when I was a kid. Again, not a Gem Mint 10 or 9 quality version of Tyranitar, but still one nonetheless. And Umbreon, a lot of people's favourite from this set for sure. Does hit, oh for goodness sake, I keep hitting this thing. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing the grades. Yeah, it's really hot in here as well because they have intense lights in this room right now. Graded Gem really have good quality, but man, it's making me sweat out here. Maybe it's because I'm super nervous about these cards, but we do hit the mint 9 grade to end up our Neo Discovery Unlimited cards. It's very rare that I'll go for Unlimiteds. It's just so happened that I came across a couple boxes of Neo Discovery Unlimited for a decent price. So I picked those up and opened them, as I do for most of my things. I can't leave packs just sat around the house. One Legendary Collection Charizard is the sort of outlying card. Sorry if I spoilt it for you guys, but it was a near mint to mid 8 grade card. One of the most notoriously difficult 10s from Legendary Collection. I think also the Dark Blastoise from that set is probably the most difficult card, holographic card to get from the set. It's one of these cards again where I'm just happy to get another Charizard in the collection, even though it's a reprint set that I don't really have much connection to. It's cool to get another Charizard there, which is cool. And we are ending up with our e-reader cards, which is very sweet. I think I need every single one of these cards. They're not going to be upgrades. I either hit the 9 or higher, or I missed the 9 or higher. So there we go. We will start off with a Clefable that gets the mint 9 grade. I sent a lot of my previous expedition stuff off to grading like 5 years ago, but I left off some of the less favoured species, I guess you could say. Stuff like the Cloyster doesn't quite match up to the Dragonite or the Charizard that I pulled, but this one's hitting the 9 grade, which is pretty cool. Got the Fearow, also getting that 9 grade. I'm super happy to see all these 9s. We've had a couple great surprises of 10s, a couple that have just missed, which I was also like kind of expecting. So I'm really, really happy with the grading that we're getting so far. The Kingler does hit that Gem Mint 10, which is pretty sweet. Quite a subtle holo you can see there, but some really nice colours going on in there. That's our last expedition card. We're moving on to Aquapolis now. And we start off with Bellossom. That's going to get the mint 9 grade. I'm still, I think actually I am, now that none of these hit 8, right? All of these were 9 and above for Expedition. That means I've completed Expedition in 9 or better. Apart from a Wheezing. I'm 1 card off. So yeah. Aquapolis, I'm still a decent chunk of cards away. Same for Skyridge. There's just so many holos in the set. Even when you open a box, you're not even halfway there. So yeah, difficult cards, difficult sets to complete for sure. The Blossom got the 9 though. Electrode, I really like the colours on this Electrode. Very, very vibrant. Very cool. Gets the mint 9 grade as well. We have the Executor, also getting the mint 9 grade. PSA being very consistent with the cards so far. Really can't complain at all right now. This is going great. On to the last stack of cards. We still have Aquapolis, Skyridge, and EX Dragon, and 1 reverse holographic Charizard as well to go through. So this is the Hypno, and it gets the near mint to mint 8 grade. I think that's a little bit rough for the card. I'll have to give it a bit of an inspection. No, I can see it. I can see it straight away. It's the way it's cut at the bottom. Yeah, very fair. Very, very fair on the Hypno. I do really like this card though. Very unique artwork where literally there's someone sleeping on the desk and he's just having a little munch on the dreams out there. We've got the mint 9 grade on the Kingdra from Aquapolis. One of the better regular holos I think from the set. We have a Lantern that gets the Gem Mint 10 grade. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I think I've seen a Gem Mint 10 Lantern on eBay for the last like 4 years and I've debated buying it over and over and over again, but my one was a 10 the whole time. That's pretty sweet. We've got a Muck, gets the mint 9 grade. Pretty sweet as well. Muck got a bunch of holographics in the early WOTC era. He's kind of been side-manned recently, but we have another Gem Mint 10. This time it's the Octillery. Very cool. Again, like not the most popular species or anything like that, but, you know, trying to find an Aquapolis 10 anywhere is difficult these days, so that's sweet. Sizzle gets the Mint 9 grade. Pretty good stuff. The Pseudo-Wudo also gets the Mint 9 grade. Suicune, a big hitter from the set in my opinion, gets the Mint 9 grade. Really majestic looking card. A lot of people like Suicune. Also an Umbreon gets the Mint 9 grade as well. Sweet, so we did pretty well on our Aquapolis stuff. Just that 1/8 from the Hypno, a couple 10s in there, plenty of 9s as well. So, on to the Skyridge stuff. We start off with a Beedrill from Skyridge. It gets the Gem Mint 10 grade. Really, really sweet to see Gem Mint 10s out here from cards that I pulled a decade ago, just in case that hasn't sunk in. And just in case you're wondering how I can afford all these cards, I afforded it 10 years ago because they were much, much cheaper. I opened the boxes. Rip me, I guess. We have the Gengar, gets the Mint 9 grade. One of the more difficult cards to grade from the set for sure. You can't really see the colours too well coming through on the card, but there's a few of the statues. There's an Articuno and a Zapdos statue, and he's kind of just like looking around some sort of temple or something, which is sweet. Houndoom, one of my personal favourites from the set. Gonna get that Mint 9 grade as well. Howling Up to the Moon with a real silvery background. I feel like that has to be one of the more difficult grades, just for the amount of holographic there that's also all silver. Magneton hits that Mint 9 grade. Again, they were really obsessed with having loads of like statues and stuff in the background for Skyridge. Don't really know what was going on. It's like they were running through some sort of like city where there's loads of, I don't know, it was like a Roman city, but instead of all the normal sort of statues you'd see around, it was all just Pokemon statues instead. That's kind of the vibe I get from Skyridge. We get a Gem Mint 10 on the Nidoqueen. Pretty awesome. Again, it's those dark holographics. Those dark holographics are always a real treat. A lot easier to get the 10s on. Starmie. Also going to hit that Gem Mint 10 grade. Again, dark holographics, man. They're busted. Really, really awesome. Very happy to see that Starmie. Very nice artwork. Oops, we have the Vaporeon now. That's going to get the Mint 9 grade. Probably one of the bigger hitters from the set. The Evolutions. And we are ending on a Xatu. And that's also going to round out our WOTC stuff with the Mint 9 grade. Very, very cool. Alright, I think I have 7 cards to go. It should be 2 Charmanders, 2 Charmeleons, 2 Charizards, and then 1 Reverse Foil Expedition Charizard. These were not pulled by myself. These were taken out of complete collections that I purchased again like a long time ago. So I'm hoping, you know, I'm happy with like 8 grades to be honest on these. This one hits a 10 though. that's pretty busted. Maybe look at the grades first before you start opening your mouth, Joe. But that is sweet. Volcano in the background. Awesome, awesome Charmander. That is nice. And then we have a Mint 9 grade, so the Charmanders have done very, very well. That's sweet. I feel like these are really underappreciated secret rares. Because it's kind of like the Forgotten Era. Possibly one of the best Charmeleons. Like, Dark Charmeleon's awesome, but man, this guy just takes it to a whole new level. Just like fighting some boulders and stuff. It's like he's running up an earthquake. It's absolutely insane. Mint 9 grade on the Charmeleon. Got to be one of the top Charmeleon's artworks out there. Our other Charmeleon also gets that Mint 9 grade. These are doing way better than expected. Really nice to see these. I said conservatively 8-9 grades on most of these, but yeah, they look like 9s to me. Fair enough. I'm not going to argue. The Charizard also gets the Mint 9 grade as well. So, sweet. These have done well. They've got through. And this one even hits the 10. Wow, that's pretty nutty. If you're gonna high roll some 10s, you want it to be on Charizard, right? You know, it does look pretty good. It does look pretty good. Maybe this baby nick in the corner, but we're talking tiny flaws, guys. It's a true 10. Come on, it's a modern cert number. It has to be a true 10. Thank you, PSA. That's awesome. So it's been like a lifetime for me going for all this stuff. Hopefully it's not been that long for you guys. Hopefully there's been eye candy throughout. We end on a reverse foil Charizard. This is number 40, so this is the rare slot rather than the holographic slot of the Charizard. I think the price is very similar between these cards anyway. And if you're going for full Charizard completion, you need both. And this one did hit that mint 9 grade, which I'm very happy about. So much potential to scratch the holofoil. Looks like we've dodged most of that stuff. So yeah, the Charizard. I actually have the holographic version that I pulled from my box in the 10 as well. I don't really collect complete Rev sets too much, but there's going to be highlights such as this Charizard that I just can't say no to. But there we go, guys. That is going to be everything. Hope you enjoyed watching this stuff. Got some really, really good grades there. I can finally breathe a sigh of relief. That's most of the cards that I care most about in my entire collection that were still raw. The rest of the stuff is already graded. But yeah, we've nipped most of that stuff in the bud. A lot of 9s, a couple really, really nice 10s in there as well, including most recently the Charmander and the Charizard. Those did really well. I hope you guys did enjoy. I've still got, I don't know, like 800 or so cards out at PSA with the guys over at Graded Gems, so make sure you check them out if you want to get your own stuff graded. I trust them completely. They're really, really good guys. Their service is fantastic as well, especially if you are in the UK. So yeah, there's probably going to be more PSA returns to come, and I'll try and accumulate all this sort of stuff, get it all nice in one place so I can do some good collection videos in the future. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy. We'll be back to more usual content over the next few days. So thanks so much for watching. See you then.